after inspectors raised serious concerns. Police Scotland are also continuing to look into 4 deaths there. Carole Erskine has this exclusive report.
The allegations in themselves are shocking.
I think I could say that they were put at risk because there weren't enough staff to supervise them, and that's it in a nutshell.
That you're seeing these massive homes that are more like warehousing than care homes.
We offer a range of care services.
This is how Bupa sell their care homes.
The experienced manager leads a team of senior registered nurses, well-trained care assistants and an activity coordinator to deliver person-centred care.
But it's not what inspectors found when they visited this care home in the summer. They raised serious concerns after witnessing residents without food and water and found evidence of poor care management. It's been graded as good or adequate in the past, but since 2011, 9 complaints have been upheld.
Looking after 30 residents with 6 staff in the morning, 1 nurse, and 5 staff on the back shift with 1 nurse, it just cannot be done.
This nurse worked at Pentland Hill for several years but left a few months ago. She says she could no longer work under the conditions. She doesn't want her identity revealed but said she had to speak out.
1 nurse all day to look after 30 residents. I couldn't look after them safely. Every shift that I did, I would highlight this. There would always be a meeting in the morning if you could manage to get away from the unit to attend the meeting. I would always highlight that I didn't believe that the staffing levels were safe, and nothing ever changed. I don't believe the staffing levels were safe. There's absolutely no way that amount of staff can look after all those residents, assist those residents to be washed and dressed, assist them to eat and drink, do their care plans, give them medication. It's impossible, absolutely impossible. But we were always told that we had the correct numbers. I think I could say that they were put at risk because there weren't enough staff to supervise them, and that's it in a nutshell.
She told me that some care workers were working illegally because moving and handling training wasn't reviewed annually, while basic equipment, including hoists and slings to move residents, weren't provided.
There was one lady who, in one of the units where I worked, required a bath sling. There wasn't one. We kept asking for the sling, so this lady, the only way she could be bathed was to go into a bath using a sling. But if we didn't have a bath sling, then this couldn't be done. We all kept on asking for a bath sling time and time again. So this lady didn't have a bath for, I don't know how long.
I spoke to the Royal College of Nursing, who said 1 trained nurse for 30 residents was far too low a ratio and would compromise the level of care provided. I put all of these points to Bupa. In the first instance, they say they are currently well above the minimum staffing level set by the Care Inspectorate. However, one current worker at the home told me staffing levels had only improved because there were fewer residents. The home is currently running at 2/3 capacity because new admissions have been suspended. In a statement, Bupa said their residents are always their number 1 priority.
We expect everyone to ensure all the right equipment and resources are available in their home at all times to care for our residents. We never refuse requests for what is needed. A strong whistleblowing system is in place in our homes, and we expect our people to protect residents and report any concerns so that action can be taken if needed. The home is currently 100% compliant with moving and handling training. It is 98% compliant with all other required mandatory training, with only the most recent recruits yet to complete their training. We have also invested significantly in more new equipment.
The current care worker confirmed to me there is an increase in training, but that was due to the impending deadline set by the Care Inspectorate. Eileen Chubb set up the charity Compassion and Care in 2001 after witnessing poor standards in a Bupa care home in England. She has concerns about other Scottish care homes.
That's a major problem, that you're seeing these massive homes that are more like warehousing than care homes, and I think in themselves they're too big to fail. So people don't want to tackle or close a large home because then they have to find alternative places for sometimes up to 200 people, and that is actually protecting bad care providers.
Margot MacDonald is calling on the Scottish Government to look again at the care system.
The allegations in themselves are shocking, they're very worrying, but I suspect that they could have been made of a number of homes, and that's the real worry.
The nurse I spoke to said she had to speak out because Bupa weren't providing the level of care required here. She doesn't want to see Pentland Hill close or the residents here go through the trauma of having to move. She just wants these vulnerable people to be given the level of care they deserve.
November the 28th is the deadline for Bupa to carry out urgent changes here. Shortly after, the Care Inspectorate will carry out an unannounced visit and determine if the home will remain open. That should be made public by the end of the year.